Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up, what up? Sound like fucking Martin, right? so, I went to TJ Maxx and I went to TJ Maxx like the reason everybody goes to TJ Maxx. Just to see what they got. They ain't going there for no reason, just want to see what they got. So, I'm waiting for a parking lot. The parking lot is full. And I go down a lane or aisle, I don't know, in the parking lot, and I see, this black girl going to her car. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sit here and wait. And another girl goes to the same side. I don't know what they're doing. I'm like, okay, they I don't know what they're doing. I'm just gonna keep going. So I go up a little bit. I see this white lady get in her car. She is in the front row. I mean the front like parking space. Sorry, front parking space. So I'm like, oh, bitch, I'm finna wait for this parking spot. So she's backing up, and I drive up. She's backing up, and she turn around. She look at me, and I'm like, "Girl, back the fuck up. You got plenty of fucking room. Back up." So I back up a little bit more. Shake like she can't, pull out. And there's a guy that's in like the driving lane that's going by the parking lots, and I'm like, "Oh, I guess he might be trying to wait for this parking spot too." But the way Shotty backed up, that is my parking spot. So she pull out, and I pull right in, right? And I'm getting, my stuff out, and I look through my rearview mirror, and the guy has pulled in behind me, and he stopped. So I'm up here like, okay, what we about to do? Because I don't have anger issues or anything, but I'll be ready to knuck if you buck. So I'll be ready for it. Like, what you want to do? Like, let's go. Like, I am ready for it. But turn that back up. It's me. It's my song. So I get out my car, but he drives and goes park. So I'm like, okay. And then what's so funny is he probably had an attitude or something, right? So there was a parking spot right behind me because I just pulled in. The parking spot right behind me in the same aisle, lane, whatever, right there that he could have easily got had he waited, had a little patience. And this immediately brought me back to the thought: I need to start carrying my gun around me, carry my gun with me in my car somewhere. So we gonna talk about that in a second. So what's up, guys? Your boy Eugene Smiles, and thanks for everybody for listening to my last podcast about why I left hip hop clubs. I've gotten so much a great response from that, and it's always amazing when people support you. It's even more amazing when people that don't um know you support you, and when people that know you support you. There's just that's a big thing. I did talk about support on a past podcast. The podcast is called "Support Me, Bitch," like Nene. Go check that out. Talk about how it's kind of weird that some people that are like your best friends or your that you're really familiar with don't necessarily support you. When I say support, I mean, you know, posting your podcast or your music or whatever you're doing, posting it on their story or, just word of mouth something. They don't really support. So, it's always good when somebody supports you. It's always good when somebody's out there listening to you, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I got out my car. I gave that whole intro. Make sure y'all follow me on all social media. Eugene Smiles. You will be seeing that name a lot. I have some stuff that I'm working on that I'm very excited about. So I get out my car and I just go walk to the store normally. I'm not worried about a bitch running up on me. Like, if you want to run up on me, please, by all means, do. And you better knock me the fuck out. Because if you run up on me and don't knock me out, knock me down, something, you got hell to pay. It's going to be on and motherfucking popping. I am going to beat your ass. Okay? But whatever. I just go and I go shopping. So I'm always thinking, because I know people are crazy. So I'm like, okay, this can go a multiple number of ways. One way is this person might be very upset, go up to my car, kick my car, slash my tires, bust my window. I don't know. Now my car is in the front, right in front of the store. So cars driving by, people walking by, people looking out the store. Like, everybody's gonna be able to see you if you do that. So I'm looking. I'm like, okay, he might do that. If he does, I got insurance. It's nothing. He going to jail. You going to jail. So That could happen. Another thing that could happen is this guy could be so upset that he comes in the store that I'm in and he wants to confront me. And by all means, so again, I don't have anger issues. I don't like want to go around beating up people and stuff. But sometimes I just want to tussle. You ever wake up and you want to choose violence, not necessarily because you mad at the world or anything, but you just need a little yank. You need to just yank somebody wig real quick or just drag. Every time, every now and then, sometimes I might log into social media and just scroll and see who got something stupid to say today, because I want to respond. I want to respond. I just need a little tussle. Boxers, they have to like get in the ring and they have to spar. They have to like box. They have to spar. That's kind of what you got to do. You just go in and just tussle with somebody, because if I jump in a conversation, I'm not gonna be wrong. Okay, I'm gonna give you a very educated opinion or educated answer, and I'm always gonna say something that's gonna make sense. It's probably going to piss you off because damn, I look stupid. Yeah, you do look stupid, and this is why. So, so I was like, this man come in here with me. I'm not gonna argue with him. I might just punch him in his mouth. I don't know. We'll see. That could happen. Another thing is that man could wait till I come back outside. If he's that angry about a parking space that he does not own, he don't own the parking space. But I was also gonna be like, well, he white. White people think they own everything and they are the law and above the law and all this. I don't know. Fast forward, nothing happened. But this got me thinking. I need to start carrying my gun. So I do have a gun. I have not shot my gun yet. I have, played with it. I do have it loaded. I have the magazine loaded. Yeah. So let's go through on why I got a gun. So I've never been afraid of guns or anything. I think guns are cool. I think everybody should have a right to own a gun. Now, when I say gun, I mean a handgun, not a fucking AK-57, AK-47. Not an automatic weapon. Any of them fucking weapons that you can just hold the damn trigger down and it just shooting continuous automatic weapon. No. What the fuck are you hunting? Elementary school children? That's what it sounds like. Cause like, what are you doing? You trying to kill massive people? Like, so it was just all this shit going on during the panorama, and I was like, I should get me a gun. I don't know. So I was looking online. I always go looking online. I found this gun shop that's actually around behind Atlantic Station, and I was looking it up, and I found this little cute. I want to say like a box set. It's a little gun. I got me a little 22. I wasn't trying to spend too much money. I was like, God damn, guns are expensive. And the little 22 with the case, it had an extra magazine. It had like cleaning stuff. It had a different barrel, so it had like a shorter barrel on it, and it came in a box that you can lock, which I was like, great, because if I have it in the house and I happen to have somebody else in the house, I don't need nobody getting upset and coming to trying to get my gun and shoot me. I need to be able to get my gun, unlock the box, and shoot them if necessary. You know what I'm saying? So I found it online or whatever, and they had it where like, oh, you can. It was like almost $300, which I was like, God damn, guns are expensive, and this is a little gun. It's a 22. Pew pew. It's a 22. So I go online, pay for it, and they're gonna ship it to the store. So maybe about a week or less, I got a call that my gun was there, so I'm going to pick my gun up. And Georgia don't you ain't gotta have no license to carry no more. I thought you had to have a license to just have a gun. Apparently not. But I went up there and I had to fill out, I guess, like a registration form for the gun. Now I've never done this before, so I'm just like, oh, okay. And it is weird because you're walking in this gun shop. Everybody that works in a gun shop has a fucking gun or two on their hips. So it's just like, bitch, are y'all ready for war? What's going on? I mean, I understand y'all work in a gun shop, but do you got to have the gun on your waist while you working? Like people that work at the pet store don't walk around with their pets. You know what I'm saying? They walk around with a ferret on their shoulders. I don't know. It's a lot. It was a lot. But I had to get on this like tablet or something and fill out all my information. and they ask you questions to see if you a crazy ass bitch. Like, oh, have you ever thought about killing yourself, or you thought about hurting other people, or you think, and I was just like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know why they do these things because I can definitely give you all the correct answers and still be a crazy motherfucker. And you gonna give me a gun. It's America. They gonna give you a gun if you crazy. They don't give a fuck. And then they gonna be like, oh no. Oh, we didn't know. Yeah, y'all didn't try to know either. But I filled out everything, filled out all of my information. Now, I got a little history. I got a little history, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't got nothing that's going to have me, like, not able to get a gun. So I thought, right? So I fill out everything, and they have to, like, run a background check. And the background came back, like, need more time or something. It was like, oh, they didn't approve you right away, but we're gonna call you in a couple of days. It seemed like they might have to do something else because he was saying that everybody wasn't getting approved that day. So I don't know if they just like I don't know made it a little bit stricter for a little bit where you didn't get approved right away, but you might would. He's like, oh, you just come back. We'll call you or whatever. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking like, shit. I got a little bit of something on my record, but it shouldn't be popping up. Like, that shit should be locked away. I don't know. So I went away and I was looking up information like, why would things be denied or whatever, which I wasn't denied. I think so when things happen to me, I automatically think how it can go. I think about all the different scenarios. I'm like Doctor Strange in Infinity War, where he was sitting there looking at all the different scenarios and trying to find one where he won. I'd be looking at all the different scenarios and how this can go. Just like the man that pulled up behind my car when I parked. I'm like, okay, this motherfucker can get out and try to fight me. He can get out and try to shoot me. He can get out and call me a N word, which I be really waiting for that to happen, y'all. I be wanting a non-black person to call me the hard R. I be wanting it. Not because I want to beat him up, because I don't even think I would beat him up. I would just be like, oh, that's so cute. What you thought was going to happen? You know what I'm saying? You can call me whatever you want to, because it's not about what you call me, about what I answer to. Okay? It's not about what you call, it's about what I answer to. All right, don't play with me. I don't got time for that. But yeah, I do want to pop a bitch. You just want to pop somebody. Okay. Nobody, just me. Okay. So I get a call, and I was looking. I didn't see nothing online. I seen some stuff, but I get a call to go back, and the guy was like, "Oh, everything was approved or whatever." I'm like, "Cool," and he goes to find my gun. Can't find it. He's going back and forth to find it. Can't find my freaking gun. Then he's like, "Oh, it had for some reason it had my first name twice." He's like, "Oh, you put your first name twice." I'm like, "No, I didn't because all of the information I have does not have my first name twice." But whatever, blame the customer. So he's like, "Oh, you got this gun." He said, if you shoot somebody with this gun, they're gonna keep coming at you." I said, "Okay, I ain't trying to kill nobody." Like literally, the man at the gun store is telling me I need to get a bigger gun so I can just shoot somebody and take their head off. Like, excuse me, sir. I understand upselling, but god damn, really? It was a little much, but okay. Okay. So he tells me about the gun, he tells me about everything, and he's like, you might want to come out and get a bigger gun. I'm like, maybe eventually, but I'm okay right now. I just need a little pew pew. I don't need to take nobody. I don't need to send nobody to the Lord. I just need to I'm gonna hit your ankles and hit your knees and take you down. Now, if I gotta pop you in the head, that's on you. You asked for it. I think I have a little bit more restraint. I don't necessarily panic, but I was just like, yeah. So I took my gun home and I was like, ooh, I have me a gun. I was it, playing with it, but I was also like reading up on it and touching it and getting familiar with it. Now I have a very safe gun. Again, I told you it has a suitcase or a little case that I can lock it in. It also has a safety on it, which is good because you had a bitch on your waist and you don't need to accidentally hit the trigger and then bow. You just shot your thighs, and I shot my toe, and I ain't can't get my toe back, and I'm looking crazy on the beach with, less than 10 toes. Who knows? I might have shot a couple off. I don't know. So I just been seeing like so much shit going on. I'm in Atlanta, so road rage is a motherfucker. I've heard about people pulling guns. I drive very safe. I don't drive rude. I don't cut people off. I was in a car accident. I was in one car accident where it was like a pile up, and I ended up hitting like somebody in the back. And ever since then, I have kind of a phobia of driving too close. So I make sure I don't drive too fucking close at all. I'll drive very careful. So I'll just be like, people are fucking crazy. And I have been thinking about having my gun in my car for the longest. And with them up like lifting the rules, and we don't have to have a license to carry and all this stuff. And I was just like, this motherfucker pulled up behind me, and I was like, this nigga can come up here and shoot me. But I need the Mio to shoot his ass first. So I am gonna now carry my gun in my car. I'm gonna have it somewhere in my car with my. I already have my key on my key ring. So just in case I have to defend myself and stand my ground, I will. And I think you should all get a gun. I think everyone should have at least a gun in their possession. People are breaking in houses. They're breaking in cars. You need to defend yourself. And unfortunately, you know, we don't know when the police gonna get there. We don't know what's gonna happen. You people are so unfucking predictable. People are so disrespectful. They'll just take your shit and they'll take you. Now, of course, somebody's just trying to take your shit. Give them your shit. Give them your car. Give them your purse. Your life is not worth that. But if you forever have to defend yourself, baby, pull that thing out. If you ain't never been to a gun range, go to a gun range. Gun ranges are actually pretty fun, pretty exhilarating. I went and I think I might have had a 9 millimeter, and I shot. I did pretty well. I want to go back because they have like the AKs now. The AKs should only be in gun ranges and locked up. The AK was very like, oh, I need to do this next time. This is kind of fun. Shooting paper, not people. Shooting paper. Give me some cans. I'll shoot some cans. I'll shoot a scarecrow, a tin man, but I will not shoot a lion. We will not shoot animals. Okay, they have families. We won't do that. We'll shoot paper. We'll shoot cans, drywall, not people. Not anything with a pulse. I think everybody should get a gun and learn how to use it and use it for your protection. 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 Okay? Don't just be going around pistol whipping people and being a fucking nuisance. Use it for protection. And I'm sorry, everybody that has some sense, common sense, I think they need to definitely do some kind of mental testing or class. I think everybody that wants to buy a gun or own a gun do need to probably go through some type of class, just like you have to go through defensive driving classes or any kind of certification for something. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Does that not make sense to y'all? Let me know if that makes sense to y'all. But I just want to have a little story time about why I am now going to start carrying my gun in my car. And, if I ever have to plop, plop, click, click, boom, boom, a bitch, I'll let y'all know about it. How are y'all doing? It's Labor Day weekend. Well, this is going to be after Labor Day weekend. I'm about to head to Miami tomorrow, which I actually swore off Florida because fuck DeSantis and his bitch ass. But we're gonna go one more time. Miami. It's like you have Florida and you have South Florida. It's like two different states. They should just go ahead and separate and somehow get rid of the top part of Florida and go and send them on their way. And just keep Miami and the South Florida and everybody to act like they got some sense. But if you liked my podcast, you like my podcast, you like my music, that is my song The Light playing in the background featuring somebody that I was friends with on the reality show that was on. So definitely check out my music. Check out my other podcasts. I have lots of podcasts. This is season 3, y'all. So comments, questions, concerns, definitely hit me up on social media. Eugene Smilez with a Z. And I will holler at you guys next time.